Let me see. But yeah, Josh, how you living? You know what I'm saying?
Man, Josh is living, large and in charge. You know what
I
I'm
tell
saying?
you,
Only I had the pockets to match it.
bro.
You are in
And y'all
charge.
really ain't about to have the pockets over there after these tariffs hit April 9th. Clear your
It
card.
ain't looking good.
If you got anything coming from China, you better clear that card before April 9th, before them tariffs hit. Because them shit's about to skyrocket.
Expensive as shit.
Yeah.
Expensive as fuck.
I can't even laugh. I mean, like, it's going to mess us up too. Like,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know how the whole economy works. Like, I don't, whatever degree that is to know how the whole thing works, but it definitely seems like it's going to fuck everything up. Like, just make everything globally more expensive. Maybe? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. No, shit's pretty bad. I ain't going to lie. Like, and we're a client economy of the States as well. So, like, anytime, like, when shit goes wrong in the States, like, we be feeling that. And we be feeling the worst because we don't have the same safeguards. So, but hey, I mean, shit, we blessed. I ain't gonna lie. Like, Eddie, why does your background look like the back, like, them old movie posters, like Final Destination, like shit. Like, I'm looking at this. Like, your shit look like,
Okay,
when
what's it look like?
when a nigga hit a perk. Like, I mean, like, when he hit, like, the...
Oh, and it's just, zzz, yeah.
Bro, your shit look like Mr. Krabs when he get dizzy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just...
I just blurred it out because
I like that shit.
it's a bunch of mess in the background. You know what I mean? So
I
that's
like
all.
that shit, bro.
And I can't afford a nice
Stop.
bouquet camera like you,
I knew
to
niggas
where I
was
can
gonna say
focus different shit.
Not
No,
bouquet.
you
word
insulted
is
me just.
bokeh. The word is bokeh.
Of course, this nigga knows what it is. Shut up. Shut your ass up. Don't nobody care what it is. I can't afford it
I just forgot. This is
with your
obligatory.
fucking Perrier water and shit.
This
up.
This is alkaline bootleg water. Have you ever seen bootleg
That is
water?
Alkaline,
I drink-
Don't even. That's
It's crazy.
Look, this is
He thinks he's winning an
alkaline.
argument saying it's alkaline. It's
Alright.
off-brand alkaline.
It's because
Drink
I care.
regular water.
It's because I care about my wife's body, because I can't be messing up. You see, y'all niggas don't care about the pH balance. That's the thing. You see, I split it around.
Are you pH balancing the nut? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. I'm trying to make sure that the nut is not too acidic. So I be drinking alkaline only.
Wow.
The type of
Got
things I be
you.
eating, I be eating the good fruits.
You got the
this
base nut.
ecosystem. I just had a kid, and literally, I kid you not, my yardie barber, first thing he said, yeah, man, I see a youth them. I said, quality sperm, I say. And quality sperm, you could tell, they say he irie and you see? Real recognize real. Quality
right.
sperm. You get in, you get out what you give in, like garbage in,
Do you
garbage
notice
out. Yes.
kind of low acidity on the baby? Like, how does the baby? Do they seem kind of
mean-
basic? Do they seem kind of spicy? Like, what's the?
He just
you see
built
the work?
differently. I know what an
Okay.
acidic baby look like. And I mean,
Who's
like,
an acidic baby?
definitely what the
They'll
boy
say.
is Tracy Morgan probably. But like
That's not mad at that one.
He's having a hard time because he
down the
vomited at like a.
yeah, never mind. I
Yeah,
take
he's
it back.
sick.
All right, Kodak
okay.
Black. No, I
You
can't
can't-
even say that. That nigga going. Yeah, no, you can't
He
even
just
pick
be
on
yeah.
nobody.
You got to
Nah.
find because I was gonna say what's old girl fucking Blueface's ex,
Krishan?
Krishan.
yeah, Krishan's child seems like it's
Oh,
you know,
God.
but then you
child
see
don't stand a
this
chance.
now we get into a weird serious kind of like talking about
Eugenicsy.
oh well yeah I mean
It's like yeah.
she made some poor decisions that likely resulted in worse outcomes for the child, so I think that's a conversation that's worth having. But
Honestly, we could have that convo. Like, I mean, honest to God, I think like Blueface just called because Krishan went on DDG podcast and then Blueface called from Beyond the Pale because ain't that nigga in jail. Like he
Yeah.
called in and he was just like, "Why you?" So he said, "Why you on the podcast?" He said, "You can't be on the podcast." I thought they was broken up. That's probably the poster child for toxicity, and we're all watching it. And watching Zeus Network and watching it and patronizing toxicity. It's wild. It's absolutely wild.
I can't tell exactly what's going on because Blueface does seem like he's a dark spirit, and I can't tell whether or not they both are dark spirits or if all of her behavior that seems off to us is just a response to his behavior and other fucked up shit that's going on. I don't know. So,
She looked totally
but she
different.
definitely was drinking like full bottles of Hennessy during that pregnancy, and which does not help.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work.
Highly acidic. So
Yeah, it's very acidic. I mean, like literally, like you know, that's what it is. Big up the chat. I just saw a chat. There was, you know, you have a nice chat. This is good. You've cultivated a very good environment.
And they know your boy, so you know that's how you know they got good taste.
I try.
They know big body. They know big body.
Bro, I try to keep up with y'all, bro. I mean, you got Barry White over here to take up all the bass, and then you got the hair. You know, I didn't ask. I didn't ask pronouns. I didn't know if they were updated.
I'm thinking about I might switch it up just off some brand shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
I watched back the last episode, and I was just like, damn, I really did ask this nigga what his pronouns was, and I didn't ask Josh. Just like, that's fucked up.
Right?
Oh, I know
That's
that.
crazy. That's crazy. He asked me mine, got mad at me for asking back, and then proceeded not to ask no other real men theirs. That's crazy.
Not a real man.
That's crazy.
I look back and I was just like, God damn, how am I still here, blood? This don't make no sense.
God damn. I don't know what level of misgendering that is. I don't know what that is.
Man,
That's some type of phobic for sure.
I mean, you do look like you be pronouncing though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you
See, this is
strike
what
me-
I'm saying, man. See, this is what I'm
Having this
saying.
conversation again.
Let's not do this one, man.
They told me, hey,
You too well manicured for this conversation. You know what I'm saying? You look like a certain bit of sugar in the tank as well. On
Okay, let's
depending
talk
on which
about it.
brand we're going. You know
no,
what I mean?
No, I genuinely want to know this because yesterday we did 4 on Fridays and niggas them
Because
told
I know you wax your biceps. I can tell, bro. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Bro,
I
there's some
support
hairy
it.
ass biceps. I actually just don't grow that much hair. But nah, actually,
naturally, okay.
you onto something because chat was telling me, not asking me, telling me that I'm giving bottom, and I was like, how you figure
Wow, a power box.
I could see it.
a power?
I can see it.
Where you getting it? No. So what about me?
He be
giving
backing
bottom?
that thing up. You right. He be backing it up
fucking crazy.
strong as fuck. You
So-
right.
Talking
So-
him through it.
No,
Yeah.
because I'm built like a Ghanaian man. Like because I built like that. That mean I bottom?
Calipigian.
That's wild though. How that work? It's just like I didn't like biologically. I was just like endowed with bottomism.
Look, I'm gonna be real with you. Every time I've seen you, both in a thumbnail and like on stream, you're
Yeah.
always slightly glistening,
That's
which I think is just kind of indicates of
That's
where
bottom.
you might be in the stack, if that makes sense. And
Damn.
you're at the bottom of it. That's if there's a pile of people, the sweatiest person is the one on the bottom. So that's all.
okay. All right. That's
You see what I'm saying?
That makes sense. Josh,
You
was
always
it-
look out of breath, a little bit glistening.
That's
It's like
wild.
cool. I know where he stay.
Stressed.
I do look stressed though. I ain't gonna lie. Bottoms be stressed. They said that like I have bottom eyes, and that was wild. I didn't know about that. I was just like, blood. That's a mad thing. They also said that the way I beg, which is wild. I don't know I begged, but apparently bottoms be begging. And I was just like, nah, I didn't realize that either. And then they say I have a bottom smile. So honestly, I just think that they trying to impose bottom onto me. And
And you're not taking it.
I'm not taking it. I literally am
Okay.
not taking it. In every circumstance, I deliver in this. Don't this man live on the islands? Indeed, exactly. This person's name is Flesh Party. That's wild though. Yeah, exactly, it is hot though.
We got the best listeners on the planet. We got some of the
Yes.
best goddamn
I like that
usernames in
name.
this chat.
Oh yeah.
Flesh Party. That's mad. I like that one. That sound like a.
We know where you stay. We know where
like
you
the
what you
pottery.
get up to, man. You know what I'm saying? You
Hey.
be at those flesh parties.
Hey, no. That sound
respect
very
it.
diddy. That sound very diddy. I know.
Don't it?
Oh, consensually, obviously. We not getting on that type of time. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, you could really coin that. It's like this big thing, like how they had like Lollapalooza or Any Palooza. We could like,
Yeah.
like
Anypalooza.
waving a red flag presents Flesh Party.
That's
Baby oil, consensual baby
Consensually.
oil.
I do have
Yeah.
baby oil around here. I ain't gonna
I know
lie.
you do,
I'm
man.
like, that's not
You do.
within arm's reach.
Just like a little bit. It's just like a little. But no,
I told you, glistening at all times.
no. I mean, if I'm about to go on stream or something like that, or about just like gotta.
You just gotta
lather
slather up.
Just gotta lather up a little bit, man. I mean.
Oh man, I know that motherfucker can fit through a small doorway easy as fuck.
Slide through.
I know it.
Slide through, whip and slide. Oh god, this is a mad thing. Oh, a bottom smile
alright,
got to be
though.
curved at a precise rate. Oh, Lori, big up yourself,
Oh,
Lori. I've seen
they doing
Lori
phrenology.
before. Yeah, they really are. They about to go and say that a bottom needs to have a high brow as opposed.
That's is that because I do
That is
remember
definitely
seeing that thing
phenomenal.
of like people are, and I don't know if it had a good sample size or whatever, but like there was that study of that people are pretty good at detecting people's queerness just off face, and they're fairly accurate.
Gaydar, yeah.
Yeah, Gaydar, exactly.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
and that
there's
it's
any
relatively
truth there.
accurate. So
I would hope there's not truth. I mean, like, there's some qualifiers that I believe that, like, we've become accustomed to. Like, I asked yesterday on stream, I was just like, why do white gay men sound like black women? And, like,
Right.
it's a particular, it's just like passing, like, it's social cues. Like, after a while, like, you begin to think that, like, if a white man is trying to communicate femininity, then he's going to look at the essence of femininity. And I guess for some reason, they equate that with black women, which is interesting. Then you have another argument, which is just like drag queens in the 80s and in the 70s, I think, were mostly black men. I believe black men, yes. And then like they kind of like cross-pollinated and like they kind of got some of the AAV and it's really interesting.
Well, because
But-
I think it's similar to all of the stuff around. Like it's similar to Gen Z lingo, being that it's like if you're white and you're not kind of like, because we're lexicon tastemakers. You know what I'm saying? Gay black folks, queer black folks, straight black folks, men, women. We're all constantly kind of contributing high volume to language and like making language more vibrant. So when you have like a white person who's trying to express deviance or like flamboyance, then they go, I don't really have no ingredients in the kitchen. Let me order out. And then they pick, okay, cool, rap music. Okay, cool, drag culture. Okay, cool, black queer folks. And then let me, I guess this would be my personality. Because who white do gay whites have to draw from if they want to express a kind of flamboyant, campy femininity? Like, who is that? Dolly Parton? Like, who do they have?
Boy George.
That's a good one.
Boy George. Yeah. But I feel like he was already, you know what I'm saying? Like he was already copping from,
Yeah.
I guess like with shit with rock and roll. I mean, if you want to just
true. But that's manly. That's like masculine femininity
in
almost.
terms of like no, I mean like in terms of when I say like rock and roll, just in terms of like, oh well, black people technically created it.
Oh,
So
true.
therefore
Right.
anything that comes afterward
Yeah.
is gonna be like, well, shit, I mean, they was already doing it by that time too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
damn, I don't know where you stop the buck. That's a good point.
Yeah, no. If Rock had another name, it would have been Chuck Berry. You're right. And like, yeah, it's sad. Like after a while, like you just realize that it really is the blueprint. It really is the blueprint. I don't know why I pull that out. We really be the blueprint for real. Laurie said, we talking white people getting inspiration from black women. And I keep thinking of how Shane Dawson saw clips of Martin Lawrence show and became an absolute menace. Damn, I didn't realize that. And when you think about it, I mean, Martin Lawrence is essentially just Martin Lawrence, Tyler Perry, all of them. Their whole shtick is black women. Just like I will dress up as a black
A
woman.
big section of it, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Tyler from Medea, definitely.
The whole. I mean, it's just the rip. Like black women specifically is the blueprint for like a lot of things. I be picking up on the fact that I be taking my wife's lingo and then I put it in stream.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
And gay black men's also contribute a whole bunch of like lingo shit that people are, you know what I mean? Period and T and receipts and all that
Yeah.
shit. It's like, it just it's hard. It goes good. Like,
Yeah, no, I catch myself saying, Chris Sale's been doing that too. Like, it's interesting what he been doing. Like, he been trying to say like that's tea for me, and like he been hella saucy.
Oh, man.
It's actually I'm actually I'm interested in how he's navigating that. I saw someone ask, how am I navigating being black with ADHD? Popping far more caffeine than necessary. Yeah, just keep on. Anytime like when I'm losing attention, just pop a caffeine. Just drink some caffeine, because then like that's like a stimulant that just keeps you focused. It's not. I'm being facetious. I mean, I am popping caffeine. I'm not recommending to do that. I have the.
no, this is not medical advice.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
not
just-
medical
I
advice.
thought you was dead ass serious. Like, I mean, look, that's how I handle it every single time. Just pop some caffeine. Like, what kind of caffeine you talking about? Like the caffeine that Jesse was taking there and say about a Bell caffeine, or we talking about some hard shit?
No, not that hard. I get like a caffeine pill because I've never been a coffee person. So like 250 milligrams of caffeine is like I pop one of them first thing in the morning.
He
and I
doing
go
it like
work out.
drugs. Yeah.
I really be doing them like drugs now that I think
Because he
about
just
it.
measures the caffeine in milligrams, so that's
that-
what
is
that
that
answers
drug
your
speak?
question.
God
Yes, drugs.
damn.
Yeah.
What if
All right, I'm
one
fiending.
would go to the grocery store just like you get caffeine pills? Hey, just scan them real quick. Try to do that shit all discreet. Hey, baby, put that in the bag real quick, like like it's illegal or something.
I really be dropping like a whole couple packs of them on the table at the pharmacy, and I really be getting it with baby aspirin too, because the baby aspirin is the key. I ain't gonna lie, because like that.
What does baby aspirin do?
It's a miracle drug.
Okay, welcome to the not medical advice, maladaptive drug like routine section of the podcast. But yeah, so if you combine up caffeine with baby aspirin, what's the effect?
All right, I definitely should not be saying this, but what they used to do for sports, like we used to do this in wrestling, they had baby aspirin, caffeine, and the key ingredient for hydroxycut, which was ephedrine. They discontinued it,
like the shit from like from cough syrup, like pseudoephedrine kind of stuff.
No,
is it related to that?
No, it ain't that. It's basically a suppressant. It really is suppress like appetite and whatnot. But if you mix those together, it was the key ingredient in hydroxycut before they regulated it because it was making people's heart blow up. So definitely don't take it. It's banned in the United States. You have to get it from Canada. Putting all those together is like it's a couple strands off of coke, like a couple strands off. And the white boys was doing that back in the day. That was just in my undergrad. And then I was just like, all right, I ain't doing that. If that making y'all heart blow up, I ain't gonna do that. So I was just like, okay, the most I'll do is a caffeine pill and a baby aspirin. The baby aspirin thins the blood.
Yes.
So what ends up happening is just like, if you take caffeine and then baby aspirin, like you get more oxygen in your blood.
Okay.
So like you just feel more oxygenated, you have more energy mixed with the caffeine. You already have more. So you just on some other shit. And also it's legal, so like you could compete with that. So you could.
If they test you and you've got baby aspirin and caffeine in your system, it's like, that's allowed.
I had a headache.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a very small headache and I was a little sleepy. So what you gonna do?
At the same time, like, and then you fuck them up.
Yeah, and then it's just you like Dash from Incredibles. That's crazy. That sounds like a child soldier like formula. Like that sounds like some shit you crush up with fucking gunpowder before you send off a 12-year-old to war. That's an insane goddamn combination of shit.
I like it though.
I'm with it.
I am actually surprised and impressed. I was not familiar with your game, sir.
Everybody in the comments, this is not medical advice. Don't do that. This is just grown people talking.
Bro, Josh is killing me. Josh is like, I'm influenced. I'm going to buy that shit and then go to the gym. Please don't do that shit. And like, if you're hot, people, you see, Americans drink like a lot of coffee. We don't drink coffee. We drink tea. So like, I just pop a caffeine pill and I go work out. Now the thing is, like, a lot of people don't. Like, they just be like going, like throughout the day, sitting down at a desk job, and then they just like. So like that's a lot. I burn that shit off, and I don't take no more caffeine until after about. No, I take no more caffeine. The cutoff point is about like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Can I ask you, because but when we were off air before we got onto this, we kind of talked about your participation in like productivity culture, grind set shit, self-actualization, and then you've also just kind of walked us through your like kind of workout / drug routine. What's your personal philosophy on how you like what do you want to get out of your days? Why do you grind? Like what's the, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of a really broad question, but
I am so why do I grind? Like the motivation behind it?
Why do you grind, and what are you trying to grind towards is maybe the thing. Pause. Yeah.
Survival for one. Like I'm doing like, despite being like that whole progressive thing, I am very much like in everything but bigotry. I'd like
achievement oriented.
No, like just patriarch. Like soul breadwinner. I go to the mines. The wife is with the kid. I try to be like hands-on. Like I try to break like a lot of those patriarchal stereotypes in that regard. But like a lot of like in many different ways, like I embody like those patriarchal ideals. Unfortunately, like and I didn't ask for it, but I just happen to be thrusted into it. Like society has a way of like sorting you into those boxes. I'm a big like black man, soul breadwinner. I go to the gym. I wake up early. All this other stuff. Like I fit into those things very well. And then I get in front of a camera and then try to disobey him as much as I can. Why do I do that? Survival. trying to make sure that like I am able to provide the best life that I can while I can. And then secondly, this like YouTube shit is amazing. Like it's very satisfying and fulfilling. It's probably the only thing outside of family that like I really enjoy. So like being here and the motivation to be here and make things that actually last, because otherwise like I get really sad because I'm just like, what's the point? I get like very existential about it. I'm just like, when am I gonna leave? And these videos are for life. Like the songs that I make, like the time that the people that you affect, really that's the biggest thing. And like I'm just like, okay, if I could make one person's life better in doing this, then that's good. Because when I die, like at least like that happened. And what if I could do that at scale? It's very narcissistic, mind you. Yeah, like it's very self-absorbed. Like if you think that like you could get in front of people and then like talk and they should listen to you, it's very self-absorbed. I know that about myself, and I'm trying to use that to some net positive by providing people with stuff to make them feel less alone, providing them with rhetoric that could make them, you know, feel more validated in their humanity, and fight bigotry in a way that I know how to because of the way that I show up and the fact that I grew up in a conservative household in the Caribbean. So I know how conservatives talk. I know the reductionist propaganda. So I could speak it, I could get into rooms, and I could attack it in a way that your typical blue-haired, you know, feminists wouldn't be able to, because they don't get in them rooms. I get in them rooms.
Yeah.
Like people don't think I'm pronouncing. So like, I mean, like they be thinking, they just be like, all right, like, yeah, let them in the barbershop.
No,
And
not
I'm
the
just
average
like,
normie. They're like, nah, come on in. You're good.
Yeah, you good. And then like I come with some, hey.
Until you
so-
smile with that wrong curve, and then they're like, oh, wait a second.
Shit, we let them in.
Ah,
damn
shit.
God damn it.
It's a bottom. You got a
A
bottom.
yeah, fuck. A Trojan whore. Shit.
Trojan horse bot.
What? Okay, so it seems like that extends beyond just the like content thing, because it seems like as you were describing it seems like it's a personality thing, and I relate to that. Like I very much relate to that, and I feel like a lot of people who it seems like there's a. Let me skip past this. You work out and take care of yourself as well. That seems to also be part of it, and that kind of fits in that patriarchal thing, but maybe isn't core for survival, and maybe isn't core to your sort of content journey. Or maybe it is. Maybe that's tied in there. But it seems like it's a more broad desire for like purpose, drive, achievement, something like that related. So I'm wondering if that's in it, or if I'm misinterpreting, or
No, you're right. Like the working out part, in part, stimulates like my brain, because immediately after I work out, like I am able to think better. Or a lot of my great ideas, like titles, thumbnail ideas, like particular things just fall into place.
comes when you got that baby aspirin and caffeine running through your veins.
Exact. No, for real. And just like observations that you make, living life. Like I see it essentially as I have like peaks and valleys of creativity, where there's a peak, I do something, it's great, I get it done, and then I can't do anything else. That's how I know that I need to ingest more inspirational stuff. So I need to be out in the world as much as possible. So like as much worldly experience as I could get, I try to do as many side quests as possible. I try to put myself in positions that like touch grass, have hobbies outside of this, because this will take from you, especially streaming. Like this will take from you in like a very big way. So playing with my son, like doing things that I really wouldn't do, and like working out. Of course, like that's the athletic part, like being like a college athlete, but also I really think it's more so about I enjoy the and this is really conservative in thinking, but like I enjoy like levels. I enjoy playing games.
Yeah.
And I do see like working out like as
Self-actualization.
it's like getting better. Like I'm like, okay, increasing weight here, better performance speed wise here, just like, and I track my workouts so like I could see I'm getting better, I could see when I'm getting worse. I have a really bad habit. I check my weight every morning except for the weekend. It's bad. Yeah. But like I'm able to like look at like a macro trend and see where I'm going. It's all a game. Like it's genuinely I treat it as a game.
No, that's
and
the
it-
shit that Kevin Hart talked about.
Yeah, you definitely have the makeup of a man who wakes up at 3 a.m. and that's just like a routine from then and from then and there out. Absolutely, I can see it.
Kinda, but like, it's the only way. If the problem with that is if I deviate away from that routine, I'm useless. I'm also useless after 12. Like the reason why like I wake up that early is because I'm trying to fit everything in until about 3 p.m. Like my productivity, because like people don't realize like we're not meant to like have like these like long ass work days and work hour days. Like you're only gonna get maybe about at best 2 hours of quality work out of your work
a day.
Like out of your work day. You know, like an 8-hour work day. Like a lot of that is waste. Like quality out, like almost like quality reps. Like when you're in the gym, if you're doing like a set of 12, the whole 12 isn't gonna be the stuff that's actually making the muscle. It's gonna be like that. You got about like 3 reps where you're just warming up.
Starting.
That fourth,
Okay.
you're starting. That 4th rep might like be moving the needle forward. And then that 5th rep and that 6th rep is the reps that actually is going to like tear the muscles and then you're going to rebuild that. And then the rest of that
now-
is just bad form and it's not really, it's waste. So
See, now I also though want to shoot you bail because you kind of you sort of did like a rolling stop through a point about it being conservative.
ADHD.
And I no, so it's all good. We support you, and you know we're allies to the differently abled and the neurodivergent on this podcast. So we with you, no problems. Let us know if there's any accommodations we can make. You know, we can play. Actually, we should probably add to the stream like a little like one of those little Minecraft. You know what I'm saying? Walkthroughs, just that's playing in one thing for the whole episode. So to
The
keep
Subway
you occupied.
would
Surfer.
actually be
Subway
cool.
Surfer
I feel
thing.
Yeah.
Now, I've been thinking
I
about
need
it. But the thing that I wanted to shoot you bail on is, I think that that's really fair. I think that the quiet part that you're not saying, or that the part that's implicit in that, is a desire for achievement and success and self-actualization that minimizes harm to others during that journey and doesn't require stepping on other people. I mean, there's some of that that's inherent depending on what system you're operating in or whatever, but I think the quiet part is it's okay to want to be better as long as you're not harming other people while you're doing it or stepping on other people to do it. And I think that's fine. And that doesn't have to be a conservative monopoly on self-actualization.
Yeah, like I think you could take it a step further and just begin to recontextualize things that we understand to be conservative versus what we don't. Like if you take it back, like political science hat on, like these things didn't come with labels. Like they were just concepts. They were just people that thought, you know, philosophers that thought, and they dispersed concepts, and people consumed concepts. They took what they liked, they took what they didn't like, they took what they thought was productive, they took what they thought wasn't productive. It was until like you began to get these prepackaged ideologies and develop them, and then said, okay, those concepts from St. Augustine, you put them in here. Those concepts from Locke, you put them in here. And then you could just say, okay, this is conservatism, this is liberalism. And you don't have to know what these things actually mean. You could just say I'm that. You could just say I'm that. And that's the end of the discussion. So like what we end up doing
That motherfucker
You
thinking,
freeze?
boy. No, yeah, I think he froze. Because
Motherfucker thinking,
the
boy.
worst possible time, because I was
I
really
know,
excited
right?
to find out what we're actually doing. You know what I mean?
Right. I thought he gave us like a hell of a dramatic pause for a second. I'm like, man, he just thinking about to cook.
Yeah, he about to. You can see it, and he
Is we
he
end up
hit us with the
develop-
Mamma Mia,
Yeah. Oh.
and we just got a little bit of sound. What will he say?
What he said was way too powerful for the stream, bro. Like,
Yeah, I shut it all down.
Shut it down.
Let me see if
Shut
he
it all
shot me a
down.
message or something.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, there we are. Oh, are you
All
back?
right, all right. Yeah.
Man, you
Did I
cut
get-
off at the worst time. We were like on the edge of our seats. You said, and the thing that we're failing to realize as people is,
I don't realize. I didn't even know if it was me or not. Anyway, I can
Yeah.
pick back up. Where I was
Yeah.
was essentially when you don't have to understand thoroughly what is in those box as far as what conservatism actually means, what liberalism actually means, then you can essentially not argue or engage with it. Like you could essentially say that you're that, not know what it means, and that's the end of the discussion. And that ends
Yeah.
up meaning that like people that are in column A don't have to interact with column B, and they can say that anything in column A they just don't vibe with. So there's a lot of things that's maybe worth vibing with in column A that you just wrote off simply because you've already branded it as a particular prepackaged
as one way or the
ideology.
other. But see,
Yeah.
the one thing that I find really interesting is watching certain things that are neutral or new to the culture or have been kind of niche, watching them, like watching the population slowly decide what they are. Because like if it were like 2008 and we were talking about where does self-actualization fall on the spectrum, it would have been neutral or maybe even slightly left leaning when you think about like kind of girl boss stuff and hustle culture. But then slowly it felt like it became, then it's the Jordan Petersons and then it's the Gary V's and then it's, there's that man. And it kind of, we over time go, I think this is actually aligned with this. While people who are kind of on the more left quietly and silently and softly are doing the exact same thing, because it's lots of people who are progressive are fucking hustle. Like if you really talk to, they're like super hustle culture. Calendar looks crazy, all that kind of stuff, but it's not. You don't talk about it as a virtue. It's like I'm not going to acknowledge that I'm trying, because that's fascist, kind of. Not I'm exaggerating, but
Yeah, no, you're right. Like, I mean, and you also have a situation where not only like you have you have figureheads of particular things just co-opting them and then turning them into it. I mean, like an extreme example is of course like just a symbol like the Nazi symbol. Like that's been co-opted. Like a lot of these things are co-opted and then turned into signifies as something that is a particular ilk, and then you just don't engage with it. But more importantly, like if you look at the gym example, like you know how much homoeroticism is in gym. Like the word gym and like the concept of gym came back from
that Greek shit.
Yeah, that Greek shit, and like that was niggas naked.
Gymnasium. Don't that
yeah.
mean two dicks touching each other? Two dick tips touching? That's how it translates, I think.
I think it does have something like it is extremely homoerotic.
Yeah.
And like somewhere along the line,
This nigga Josh about to Google it.
you about to find some other shit, George. I ain't gonna lie.
Does
But, like,
gymnasium mean two dick tips touching?
it was
Like, what does
competition. It was
gymnasium
competitions.
mean?
Niggas competing.
Okay,
naked.
we gotta get into this main episode.
That's how it
once
ends.
we look that up.
That's how.
Is there any is there any questions in the chat that we haven't addressed that we need to, or any closing remarks around the gymnasium, the bathhouse, the sauna that Foreign would like to grace us with?
I mean,
about sandals on tiles culture.
sandals
not know.
on tiles culture.
Wow.
You know this
Yeah.
very well. It does mean that, right, George?
Oh,
Two dick
wow.
tips touching.
No, actually, okay. So the word gymnasium is derived from gunmazo, meaning exercise, and gunmos, meaning naked or loin cloth. So yeah, bunch of big buff niggas.
Dick ups.
Yep.
Dick ups.
Looking for butt sex with some rough buck necks or whatever that was.
Yeah.
Was that a Tyler? That was a Tyler Creator bar right there. I didn't expect that right now.
Hey,
Well
again,
said.
you're an ally. Well,
right.
let's move it off on that one.
All right. Ending the
Big up
stream.
chat.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see y'all next week in the chat. Peace, peace, peace. All right.